looking on another kind of cytoskeleton, and this is microfilament. Remember, we have already complete discussing on the first kind of cytoskeleton, that is microtubules. So now it's just a continuation on the decision of cytoskeleton, and here we have this microfilaments. So what is it? So microfilament, these are much narrow than microtubules, being only about 5 to 7 nanometer in diameter. So ukiangalia in terms of size between microtubules and microfilament, microfilament ni ndogo zaidi ya ile microtubules. Now you can see here it is approximated, it is about 5 to 7 nanometer in diameter. So now you can see the diameter of this microfilament, they are very small, or they are very reduced compared to the microtubules. So now they are thread-like structure arranged in the sheet or a bundle beneath the cell surface membrane. So ukiangalia au ukianza kuelezea structure ya hii ambayo tunaita microfilament, they just thread-like structure. Zenyewe zinakuwa ni ndogo ndogo sana, so zinakuwa na structure kama ya uzi, thread-like structure, very small in structure. Now you can see, imagine 5.7 nanometer diameter. So it is very small. They just like thread-like structure. So, and also they are arranged in a bundle beneath the surface of cell membrane. Kwa baada ya cell membrane ndipo ambapo unazikuta hizi microfilament zimejiarrange beneath, karibu sana na ile cell membrane. Inaweza ikawa ya animal cell au ya plant cell, ndipo ambapo unaweza ukazipata hizi microfilaments. So these microfilament, they are chemically composed of a large amount of actin, hence they named as the actin filament. So sometimes another name of the microfilament, they are termed as the actin filament. Why are they called the actin filament? Is just because within the structure now of this microfilament there is a presence of actin molecule. Ndiyo ambapo sasa ndio sababu tunaita actin filament. So actin filament usually in association with the myosin bring about many types of cell movement. So popote pale unapoona actin molecule, obvious myosin molecule, it is there. So the combination between the actin molecule and the myosin molecule ndio ambayo sasa ina bring about movement. For instance, this actin and myosin, they are found within the muscles. Ndipo ambapo sasa inasaidia for a movement, mtu anaweza akalocomote from one place to another. So the same. So these they bring about the type of many types of movement. So for instance, the contractile protein, that is actin and myosin, lead to contraction and relaxation of muscle. That I have already said. That is kwa mfano kwenye hile actin na myosin ambayo inapatikana within the muscle of a living organism. For instance, in a human being. So within the muscle of human being, there is a presence of actin and myosin. So ndio ambayo sasa ina bring about contraction and relaxation of contraction and relaxation. And remember, when we say contraction and relaxation, ndio ambayo ina bring about movement. So without contraction and relaxation, movement could not occur. So the presence of this myosin and the actin within the muscles ndio ambayo ina bring about certain kind of movement. So mtu anaweza akajongea kutoka sehemu moja kwenda sehemu nyingine, is due to the presence of this molecule, or due to the presence of this contractile protein. Now let's see the functions now. The functions of this macromolecule, or we can call it actin filament. So the functions of the macromolecule, we are saying that they determine the shape of a cell since they offer the skeletal support. Remember, while we start discussing this microfilament, we have seen that it is located beneath the structure of a cell wall, the cell membrane. So due to that reason, ndipo ambapo ina bring about determining the shape. So remember, these are the cytoskeleton, and the function of the cytoskeleton is just to provide the shape of a cell. So that is the first function of the macrofilament. And another function, we can say that the cleavage of animal cells during cytokinesis is brought about the constriction of a ring of microfilament after nuclear division. So now you can see the importance of this cytoskeleton, that is macrofilament or actin filament. This macrofilament, we have said that in a plant cell inasaidia kwenye cleavage, that is the cytokinesis. For instance, in the process of mitosis, ile last stage after telophase, ndipo ambapo panatokea na constriction of a cell. Sasa ile division between in order to for the formation of new daughter cell, ndio ambapo process tunaita cytokinesis. So that constriction that is occurring before the formation of a new cell, tunasema kwamba inayosaidia pale is due to the presence or the constriction of a ring of microfilament after nuclear division. So this microfilament, it is very important in the nuclear division. It can be either mitosis or meiosis. And another function of this microfilament, we can say that they are responsible for any movement that the cell makes due to the presence of the actin and the myosin that influence the muscle cells contraction and relaxation. Remember, while we are talking about the cell, we have a lot of cells. We have red blood cells, we have white blood cells, we have animal cells, we have root cells, we have a lot of cells that are found within the living organism. So here simply you can see they are responsible for any movement of a cell that makes. So in order for the movement of a cell, for instance, we have maybe white blood cell, it needs to move from one place to another. So ile movement ya cell kutoka sehemu moja kwenda sehemu nyingine, tunasema kwamba it is enhanced due to the presence of this structure ambayo tunaita sasa ni microfilament, or we can call it actin filament. Kwa sababu gani sasa inasaidia kwenye movement of a cell from one place to another? Here we have already seen that is due to the presence of actin and myosin that are found within that influence the muscle cells contraction and movement, contraction and relaxation. So the contraction and relaxation that is occurring within a animal or within a plant, here we are talking about the muscles and the only animal that they contain muscles. So now ile contraction and relaxation of a muscles ndipo ambapo sasa ina bring about movement of a cell from one place to another. So due to that tunasema kwamba hii ambayo tunaita the microfilament inakuwa na kazi kubwa, kwa sababu inasaidia sana kwenye movement of a cell kutoka sehemu moja kwenda sehemu nyingine. So that is all about the responsible or the functioning of this microfilament. So here in this session we have discussed almost two types or main form of cytoskeleton. That is, the first we have already seen the microtubules and its function, and now we terminate or we conclude by looking the function of the microfilament. So while you are explaining one kind of cytoskeleton and another, don't forget that cytoskeleton, they are there for providing shape. So hata kama ikija ile interfilament, the first function will be the same, to providing shape into a cell, because the cytoskeleton, the skeleton, its role is to provide the framework of a cell. That's the framework. Here we are talking about the general shape of a cell. And now, my students, by saying so, let's end here. So thank you for your time and for following us at EducareTZ. And I would like to invite you again to the next part, whereby we're going to clarify on the last type of cytoskeleton, that is the interfilament. So thank you and bye-bye. Have a nice moment.